Yeah, start lah. What's up?
Fantasy Premier League. And as usual, I'm your host, Ano the FPL Casual, and with me, my buddy.
Um, Lukman, the sensible one. Sorry for the delay. Looking at some slides. I think we prep for this pod. This is a season review. The link is out. I'm sending out to Telegram now. How you feeling, bro?
Feeling good. Feeling good.
Fresh?
Fresh from
I don't know.
watching
I
football.
don't.
Lah. I think still
I
recovering, bro.
still recovering from the Sunday night parade.
Sunday night. Yes, yeah. Perit.
How the parade?
Perit,
How,
perit.
how how do you feel as a Liverpool fan, bro?
I feel good. I feel we're in a good position. Uh, Edward Wood. Edward Wood.
Siapa?
Edward Wood.
Edward is a
Michael Edward. Bodoh. Edward
Edward
Wood.
is a rugby workout, right? That's Clive
Michael Edward.
Wood. That's Clive
Edward
Wood.
Wood is the United play backroom star. I forgot who he was.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, happy. Looking forward to the next season. I think it's we're in a good place. Very surprised with Slot and his performance this season. I think he has been amazing. How about yourself, bro? How do you feel?
I shed a tear or two during the parade, looking at the players. A bit emotional, proud of the lads. But
Honestly,
yeah,
right? Honestly, it's sinking in that Trent is leaving. I don't know. I just feel
still
uh,
sinking in.
like 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 that final game
It,
sinking in.
yeah. When he felt his feelings were real when
I
he
mean,
realized
he's
the moment he
20
realized,
years
oh shit,
old.
this is it,
Uh,
26. Huh?
could have been, I don't know, like I'm wish him the best, but I cannot put myself in his position, man. Like I don't know, I really don't know. Like if I were in his position, I understand the thirst to want to try something different. I mean, you play football at high level, you see the glitz and glamour of football and what it can bring you. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. Like you live in Yishun all the while, then you got a club from Marina Bay to stay to play there.
They just compare Liverpool to Yishun.
No
Sembawang
lah,
Rangers, bro.
I'm talking about like a
Okay,
homegrown
we
club lah.
we have a lot to cover today in the season review, but before we start, before we get on to the podcast, we do a few housekeeping. We have, if you're still listening, we have a new Telegram channel and
Yep.
also a chat. So do remember to join. The links are on the episode description on YouTube, on Spotify. Also remember to follow on our socials. I know it's gonna be the summer, the break, but we will be posting like randomly lah, and then the chat will still go on lah. So yeah, do remember to chat, share, and yeah, hope you enjoy the pod. So this is episode 199, FPL 24-25 season review. On to the
Hey,
podcast.
just before we go there,
Invite you to embrace this
Sorry.
pivotal weekend in the race to be the champions of the Premier League.
You're listening to FPL Cooper Talks. Arguably the best FPL podcast in Singapore.
It was never a debate.
It was always a
It was
debate.
never a
It was always a
debate.
debate.
okay, welcome back. I mean, just before I was cut by Lukman, I was just looking for the search feature on Telegram. You can actually find FPL Copy Talks podcast. Right, it
Oh
will get
really?
you right into our link as well, channel. So join our channel. If you're not in for the banter on the chat, it's fine. Just join the channel, subscribe to the channel. That's where you get our updates, and that's where you can interact as well as a listener of this podcast. And I'm very excited to go into this post-season review. I think halfway through, we all know how the season went for me and how it went for Lokman. It wasn't it was miles apart, but we were at one point almost on the same level.
Hmm?
But at one point, very early on in the season, I think we were both around the same level. But after Lokman gave me ill
Hmm.
advice and he steamrolled ahead, there was no turning back. But last game week of the season, we go straight into Tall Grande and Venti. First
Okay.
for this season, this is where, okay, just a caveat, guys. This is where Lokman had the opportunity to overtake Ashton and Faris in the league. But we'll hear what he have to say about his last game week.
Okay. So two free transfers. I sold. Wood to Evan Nielsen, who did nothing, and Shade to Diaz. You see Diaz's miss from Salah's assist. What could have been? What could have been? But anyway, 62 points, right smack at my safety score. So it
Mm-hmm.
got me a small green from 4.3 to 4.089k, which is my highest rank of the season. So it felt good to end on the highlight in a way, which has
Yeah,
been my
nice, nice.
trajectory for the second half of the season. Now it's just been all the way up. Uh, I still feel a bit gutted that I didn't catch Faris, especially because it was bit he was we were taking like for the past 5 6 game weeks, right? I overtook him, then he overtook me, so it was like
It was
yo-yoing.
nice.
But
It
in the
was
end,
nice. It was nice race.
yeah, in the end he came through, and yeah, we'll talk about their teams later. But anyway, this is a Tall Grande Venti for the whole season. I know this is a monster season for me lah. Over 4.4k lah inside the top 5k, which is crazy. My best ever. I think previously I only got 77k. That was my highest. So this is like really not. I'm not used to this high territory, which is this season that I got very lucky, and we'll talk about it later. But anyway, because just because I didn't beat Faris and Ashton, right? The rating wouldn't be 10. So our minus one from the rating for the whole season, it will be 9 out of 10 is my rating for the season.
Awesome, bro. Awesome, bro. Excellent, excellent, excellent. But just a quick one before we move on.
Yes,
What
sir.
what could you have if you could make one move for the last game week, right? What do you
Bro,
regret not doing?
I mean, there's no regrets. I mean, I didn't even consider Semenyo who got a brace. He's the only one who brace.
The one on
I
my
got no
bench,
regrets. Yeah, the one on your bench. I mean, there's no one that even all the players like Rogers, Wood, and Visa, right? All blank. Those three are my rank threateners lah for the gaming 30. All of them blank. So there's no regrets. I wasn't even considering. The other consideration was Trossard. Trossard just got 2 more points, right? So there's
Yeah, yeah.
neither here nor there. So there's no regrets. No regrets.
Okay, excellent, excellent.
Okay, so Menu on the bench. Let's
Okay,
talk through your
moving on
gaming
to
38, bro.
my team, right? This is my team right here. 63 points. It was decent. I think I wanted to go a bit more differential with the Trossard move. Was waiting for 9:30 for leaks, but Arsenal did not have any leaks. I was toggling between Trossard, Semenyo, Semenyo, Trossard, Trossard, Semenyo, Semenyo,
Oh,
Trossard,
man.
and I thought to myself, I think the okay lah. I mean, one of the biggest reason why Trossard ended up on the pitch was because I had him transferred in for a reason, right? Like I wanted a differential, and I felt that since I already used the transfer, I had to. I
Damn.
keep him on the pitch and Semani on the bench, but it was a big mistake. I was 10 points away from 250k, but I missed that, so I landed on just under 300,000, which I think was the goal. Okay, the goal was 100,000, but at the end of the day, even up to game week 36, I was still hovering around the 300 plus k, and anything above 300k, I will take it for this season. Not as good as last season. 200,000 rank gain from last season. Uh, but there were many things I could learn. There were a few curveballs that were thrown this season, especially with the transfers and how I kind of overthink that at the start of the season. I think it's still pretty decent for 290 points, 290k, considering that to be very
Your,
frank and honest, like I wasn't as engaged as I was last season. Not saying that
yep.
I'm not engaged, but I wasn't as engaged as I was last season. I watched some games, but after like Liverpool domination, like there was a bit less incentive to keep watching the games. But all in all, I think pretty decent season. I'm happy with where I am. I'm happy with how it ended, and I'm looking forward to the next one. It's not the best season. It's not the worst. I finished ahead of Kenny, who was top 1K last season. So nah, I'm just messing with
Uh,
Kenny. So all in all, I will give it above mid 7.5 out of 10, bro.
okay, okay. Why were you not as engaged this season? Any particular reason?
I think it's a lot of things. Personally, things have changed outside of FPL, right? Like I think I'm a bit more busy at work.
Yep.
I've involved myself in other hobbies, but it's not only that. I think the schedules this year were much better, but after the what correct after the daylight savings, right? The game
Oh,
started
we
to
got
get a bit
later lah.
later. Yeah, it got
Yeah.
later, and then like the timing on Saturdays were usually a bit off, especially with like family time and all this. And Sunday to Monday, like I can't afford to wake up too late on a Monday, so kind of lose a
Okay,
couple
okay.
of games here and there.
Hey, is the YouTube lagging? Are you?
Why
Uh,
is it laggy? Let me
or
check.
my side is lagging? I want to know whether it's my side or not. The stream is it okay on your side?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Okay, let's start with the predictions, preseason predictions from our community
Let's
and also.
get there, man. Let's get there,
So
man.
the link, there's a comment bot link lah. That is still viable even though our group chat is not around anymore. Our previous group chat. So let's start with. So there's six predictions that we asked for. So top four teams in order.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom three teams. Okay, I will just go through mine first lah. Okay, top four teams.
Wait,
I
where
went
is
with.
this? Notepad.
No, you go to
Yeah, I got
the
it. I got it. I
Telegram
got it.
chat.
I got it. Yeah,
You got it. Yes, open it.
yeah.
Okay, so there's six different. I'll tell you my prediction first, and then we'll go down one by one for the community. I think there's around 20 or what. I'll quickly go through.
Okay.
Okay, so my one first.
In
I
fourth
went for
place,
top four. I went Man
in four,
City,
no, in fourth
uh,
place,
Spurs.
Spurs, who finish like just fourth
Yeah,
from the bottom.
yeah, Spurs is diabolical. That was a diabolical pick. And
Okay,
Liverpool
and
third,
third place
Arsenal
Liverpool.
second, Man City first.
Okay, not
My
bad.
bottom three, my
One
bottom
out,
three is
one
even
out of
more
four.
diabolical. My
Okay.
bottom three is even more diabolical because I predicted Forest to relegate on top of Ipswich and Southampton. So that was another diabolical pick. I don't know how Forest got freaking seventh in the end. That was diabolical. Like two diabolical Spurs and Forest. Okay. Top scoring player for each position. So mine, I went with Pope. Pope was nowhere near the top. Then I went with Trent. Trent got second, best defender. I went with Foden as my midfield pick, another diabolical pick, and Isak. Isak was the top scoring striker. So
So
I
you
got at least
got one
one,
point
right?
five out of 10.
1.5. But who's counting, right? Are you counting?
Yeah, I know. No lah.
Okay, first manager said I got it right. I put it on Ten Hag. He was the first manager said. So yeah, so
Okay.
surprise asset for the season. So the criteria for this is at the point of picking it, right? He has to be 5% less, 5% or less, same as our of the menu, and he must not have scored 122 points before in the previous season. So my pick was Yan Kubu Minte at 102 points. Okay lah, not bad lah, not bad. I can
Okay.
choose him next season again because he didn't reach 122 points. 120 points.
He buys your 200 pointer kind of player at the start of the
No
season.
lah, he's not lah. No,
You had like 20 players who had scored over
no, no,
200.
no, no, not 20.
Last year.
Okay, okay. The last prediction was mystery chip. I think everyone got this wrong, obviously, because
It
of how
was
to
so
predict.
good. It was so good.
I went with 12 men. So yeah, it is what it is. Okay, you want to go through yours?
Yep.
We take
So
turns.
I've got a little bit better with my predictions. In fourth place, I got Chelsea. So they did finish there.
They finish
In
for.
third, Chelsea
Okay.
third,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
fourth. In third place, I called Manchester City, and they did finish there. In second place, I called Arsenal. They did finish there.
On the
And
money, bro.
then, and in the
Bro.
first place, I called Liverpool. And we did finish there, bruh. So that's 4 out of 4 from me for my preseason prediction.
That's
So
quite good. That's quite good. That's quite good.
Squall, you gotta get some preseason odds from me, man. 4 out of 4 for 24-25 season. I think I deserve a chip for that.
You're then biased, bro. That's why you put Liverpool first.
I'm optimistic,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
quietly optimistic. Bottom three.
And
Okay, mine is not as
bottom
bad
three,
as Lukman. I've got Ipswich, Everton, and Wolves. I think for a good
you got one
part
out of three
of
though.
1 out of 3, yeah.
One, three.
But for a good part of like up to game week 20, 22, right? Wolves and Everton were there and about,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Sure, sure.
No, they were there and about what, bro?
Yeah. Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
only until but okay. To me, the surprise drop of the season would be Leicester. I think losing Maresca, like when we did this prediction, they had Maresca. I think they didn't find their footing. I think they did. I mean, Maresca hasn't left for Chelsea yet when we did the preseason prediction.
Okay.
And
Really?
no,
He has that.
he
He has.
has left for Chelsea, but he did an excellent job at Leicester at the championship. So like, I think they didn't really
Okay.
recover from that.
Okay. Top
Uh,
scoring position. I think you
Top
got all wrong.
scoring player in
Oh,
the position,
Salah. Correct.
I've
Yeah.
got
So
Onana in
oh,
goal.
wrong.
Where is he there? Where is he in the rankings? Do you have it?
Wait, Onana is seventh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that's so bad. Saliba. Who's first?
No.
Goalkeeper, by the way.
Back to back, bro. Pickford. Back to back.
Pickford. Then Saliba.
Sali.
Saliba would have been there and about if he hadn't been injured
Yeah, I guess so.
for a couple of games. I feel like I feel. Salah there, no
Saliba,
doubt, no doubt.
Salah.
Up front,
No,
Watkins.
that
Watkins did not
okay,
carry the
no
form
well.
from last season.
He did not lah. He's
First
third
manager to
lah.
be sacked, it was easy. Ten Hag. Surprise asset for the season is diabolical. I called
Diabolical.
Harvey,
Is that
I called I called Harvey Elliott, who ended
33
33
points, bro?
points. He lost out
You know
on
how many games?
over with,
You know how many games he started this season?
I don't know, like less than 10, 8,
Bro,
2 years.
he started only 2 games, bro. The last 4 games he started 2 games. That's the only time he started.
Oh damn! But
He
he
got he
he
was
was
injured
good
at the
on.
start lah. He was injured at the start for 2-3 months, to be fair. But he didn't start any competitive Premier League game after before he won the title. Okay, Mystery Chip.
Double
The
captaincy points for
double
vice captain. I
captaincy
see.
for vice captain also. Okay.
Yeah, so I tried
Okay,
to.
let's go. Let's quickly go through the rest. Weiche, Aka, Kopikau. He went City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea. Okay, at least he got all 4 teams correct.
Yeah,
He also got all 3 correct for the relegation. Not bad.
Southampton is Rich Leicester. He had
He
Raya,
went with
Trent, Salah, and Haaland.
Salah and
So Haaland was injured, so his
he
second
said,
choice
of
was
course,
injured.
Haaland, but hoping Solanke. He's a Spurs fan.
But
I still don't know what fan he is.
Soblanki, man.
He went with Maresca, totally out. He went with Cho. He got 103 points as a surprise asset. That is quite good. So that
Better than
one
yours.
more point more than Minte. So yeah,
Yep.
and Mystery Chip, he went for no clue. Maybe home or away players get double points. I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
Kenny, he went Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Newcastle. Okay lah, okay lah. Bias Arsenal fan. Standard lah.
I mean, Arsenal, were there, man. But but yeah,
Relegation, he got it all 3 correct. He went Raya, top goalkeeper, that's wrong. Then Trent, also wrong. Salah, correct, and Haaland. Then he went McKenna. McKenna is still in the job, right? He's still in the job.
McKenna's in the job. Yeah.
Fulcro is his surprise asset, 42 points only. So West Ham, I don't think he played much Fulcro, and his mystery chip is all out attack. That would have been a better chip. That would be a decent chip. I hope they bring it back. Okay, ABK, he went for Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Spurs. And then Leicester, Southampton, in which he got it correct. He went for goalkeeper, he went for Henderson as a top, then Gabriel, Foden, and Haaland. So I think all wrong.
Who was the top goalkeeper defender?
Diol.
Vardiol.
Vardiol. Just
So,
above Trent. Trent
yeah.
would have been there if
Okay.
he didn't get injured. He went with ETH also as the first manager set. He went with Ilanga. So this is the best surprise asset for the whole predictions. He got 153 points. So good job, ABK. And his mystery chip is 2 times goals plus assist chips. Okay, I don't know what that. But
So let's gonna
then
go on
Darren.
with Darren's. Darren went with
Okay.
Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Newcastle, very similar to Chenny. He had all 3 right for bottom 3.
Relegation.
He had
Pickford.
Pickford top
Nice.
there. He get 2 out of 4 of the top scoring points. So he got
Mm.
Pickford, Trent, Salah, Haaland. ETH to
Yeah.
be sacked. Fulcrum was very disappointing as well. And the limitless
Limitless
chip
chip.
for the bro. I just wanna put it out there. I'm gonna call next season bottom 3: Leeds, Burnley, and Sunderland.
Uh, first manager sack.
First manager sack. What next season?
Yeah.
Amorim.
Ange.
Who else?
No, I'm going with Ange.
And first no, we have
Yeah.
to stay at the start of the season, man. And then we got
Okay. Okay.
Elias. Elias went in City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Villa.
Villa. Okay lah. Not bad lah.
Okay. And then Everton, Southampton, Ipswich. Everton survived. Raya Vardiol, he
Raya
got
Vadia.
Vardiol.
Oh, he got
Along
Vadia
with
right.
Haaland. I think he's the only one who got Vardiol. And then
Yeah.
Russell
Russell
Martin,
Martin,
first set,
second manager.
he was second, yeah. Doku with 88 points, so that's pretty decent. And then quadruple captain. Nobody went with the right chip, man.
Nobody
And
would have guessed.
last but not least, Russell, called City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs. Another Spurs fanboy here alongside Lokman at fourth place. Wolves, Southampton is switch. Okay. Raya, Trent, Sun, Haaland. Sun was such an missile season, man.
Yes, yeah.
Lucky no one put in the money to start on him, man. Steve Cooper to be sacked, Somerville 33 points, and substitution within match days similar to Champions League fantasy. Right?
Okay, wait, let's last two. There's a lot more, but just the last two for my friends. So Rich Sennel, he went with Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Newcastle. He's an Arsenal fan.
Okay.
He went relegation correct. Then he went Raya, Poro. Poro was disappointing also. The Spurs was disappointing. He went with Saka and Haaland, Maresca. He went with ESR, bro. 114 points. That's a decent surprise
Yeah,
over
that's
there.
a
Set.
decent call.
And he went with Limitless Chip. So Faris
I
Lau.
think Farid San was pretty decent.
Which one? Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool.
Surprise
Menu, bro. He
set.
got Menu
Surprise
fourth.
set. Surprise set.
Oh, surprise that. Who did he get? So was like, oh, yeah. So was like 143 points. Yeah.
Yeah.
He went menu for fourth place. So that's diabolical. Diabolical. And
Equally diabolical.
Raya trends alcohol. Okay. All right, that's a lot of fun. We'll do this again next season. Okay, let's move on to just 5 fun questions we both can answer. Okay, hopefully you're ready. I guess I know the questions. Basically copying from another podcast lah. But anyway, your favorite player to own, specific to your own FPL team this season.
Okay, you go first.
Mine is Phil Foden, bro. Okay, so in game week 18, just some context. In game week 18, Saka was injured. I was on a pod with Ashton. We were talking about Saka's replacements. I think there was Odegaard. I think there was Bowen. Foden was the very risky one because he wasn't that near also. So I got in Foden for game week 18. Then from then on, right, he's got 6 points, 8 points, 15 points, 19 points, 7 points, 2 points before I saw him in game week 25, double game week. So
Solid,
that
man.
19 and 15 points there. So he that's the only streak that he after that he just went downhill, which is crazy. So yeah, who's yours, bro? Favorite player?
Mine is none other than the Egyptian king himself, man.
Bro, they're boring lah, they.
I know it's
Okay
boring,
lah, fair. That's fair, that's fair.
but he's given me the least headache. I got him there, set forget captaincy most of the time.
Okay.
Return the points, just smiling every game week when he's returning the first half of the season.
Fair,
Massive
fair,
respect
fair.
there. Yeah.
Biggest troll or nightmare player you own this season? So I'll go first. Mine is Rico Lewis. So I actually own him a lot at the start of the season, and what annoyed me was I had to play him because my bench was rabat, right? So yeah, he was like a bigger troll because he was he was attacking. He was actually starting games, so he was very attacking, but he didn't do much. So I think he was a troll slash nightmare for me. How about you,
For
bro?
me, it's got to be Eze. Ibrishi
What?
Eze. I
When do
got
you own
him
him?
in at all the games where he didn't
He
return.
blank.
And
Then
then
you
when
saw
I
him
sold
then.
him, he got in all the
Yeah.
points when I sold him. So Eze was
Yeah.
just what correct a story of mismatched what correct
Timing, bro.
destinies and
Timing.
timing. Yeah,
He started the season damn badly, then he ended
he
well,
did, he
but
did, he did.
I don't know what's wrong at the start. Okay, next one, a player you hated not owning the most. For me is Yuan Wisa. He got 19 goals, and I don't think I own him at all, which is yeah, crazy lah, crazy. I don't know. I just thought I don't know why I didn't own him, because maybe because I had Mbemo, I didn't want to double up, but that's a flawed thinking lah. But yeah, my player is Wisa. How about you, bro?
I hate to say this, but at the point when you had Foden,
Mbemo, you
right?
hated Foden.
I hated Foden. I wanted him to fail so badly, but he was a masterclass for you. But for me personally, I think if you guys have been hearing this spot, I missed out on so many Emblemo points just on that fateful day when I decided to sell him for team value for whatever God knows reason.
Wait, why do you sell him again? Legit. Do you remember?
I remember it
Tough
was
fixtures. He got tough fixtures, right?
couple of tough fixtures. I had to make a decision before the price move to be priced out a
Oh.
certain trust. I think it was bringing Luis Diaz. He was on form when Emblemo was going to tough fixtures. And one more striker, I forgot who, but yeah, so I sold him.
Okay, most memorable moment of the season. So can be good or bad. So for me, it's free 34, right? Remember Jose Sa penalty save?
No, I don't.
You don't remember.
I
You
don't
didn't know him.
remember.
So yeah, my free hit game week. Another one is Foden also scoring 19 pointer. That was crazy. They beat Ipswich 6-0. Man City. He got two
Okay.
goals and one assist. Yeah, so those two are my most memorable. How about yours, brother? Salah.
I think the I think the worst one was the feeling I had after my first wild card. Right.
Give me what?
I think I did
Game week
my wild
6.
card in game week
Give me 6.
6.
Yeah.
Right. And that was
Why?
when it went downhill all the way after that. Like I just had my whole wild card strategy, everything so wrong. And I stuck with it for too long.
I also worked out in Game week 6 though. But yeah, it didn't start well for me. I didn't start well too.
Yeah, but it just went downhill from there. So uh it was a bit derailing and I would say like discouraging because last season when I was doing well, my main turnaround point was the first World Cup.
But do you remember what went wrong in the World Cup?
I
Like
wanted to keep
anything in
the free
particular?
transfers.
Or you just kept rolling and
I
losing.
kept rolling, kept rolling, rolling. And that particularly led to the sale of Ombemo as well.
Because your team value.
Team value went down quite a bit, and then like I wanted to readjust the team
So
with a couple of
one of the
transfers.
lessons learned, I know we're skipping forward, is not to roll transfers.
I think
Do you think
it's
that's a
not
good
to overthink a couple of things. Like do not prioritize something for like the
the
team
future?
comes first. The team comes first.
Like the game week, the next game week comes
Yeah,
first.
the next game it comes first.
Take a game at a time, game at a time. Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, favorite goal for your FPL team for me is Konsa's goal in game week 36 when Watkins, my captain, assisted him. So that was a crazy big swing that I had a monster game week. So yeah, that is definitely my favorite goal.
Konsa goal in game week.
36. Watkins assist. And I got Konsa's 15 pointer, and that really propped me up from like 8k to 4k. I half my rank.
Okay.
What's your
Uh,
favorite goal?
I honestly can't think of one that really stands out.
Stands out. Okay.
But I
Your
would
triple
say
captain?
the triple captain. Yeah, I was gonna get there. I think the triple captaincy was right on point. I don't remember the exact goals, but Salah returning with I think 2 goals and an assist or something like that for that triple captaincy week. I think that was prime Salah just before he celebrated Christmas, bro.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, let's go on to lessons. So we Anwar prep some slides for you guys. So if you guys are watching or listening to this, do watch the video on YouTube or wherever you're listening. The video should be there. So yeah, Anwar, take it away, bro. What do we have
So
here?
we have this graph. Shout out to fploptimize.com. They've got a really comprehensive season review. You just key in your FPL ID number. You can find that when you go to the Fantasy Premier League website, and they give you a couple of tables here. So I've extracted some tables which I think is very nice to explain some of the things that well, correct some of the results that we have, right?
Okay.
It tells us a bit of a story. So if you look at my graph here, just after wildcard in game week 6, you can see that my expected point. Okay, so the yellow dotted line, right, is expected predicted
Points.
points,
Predicted
right?
points. Yeah. Okay.
Predicted points. So anything above is luck slash skill in selection of the right player. Anything below is luck slash skill. I think below
Unlucky.
would mostly be unlucky.
Unlucky.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Would you say that?
Yeah. I will say that. Unless you unlucky or you suck. I don't know.
But it's
No
hard to
skill.
say that you suck
You
because
suck.
the predicted point is higher. You get what I mean?
Yeah. True. Because if it's below, yeah lah. True
Yeah,
lah.
if
True
it's
lah.
below. But
Okay.
if it's above, I think it depends on luck or skill.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely unlucky. Definitely unlucky because
Yeah,
you're supposed to get more. Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
correct. So as you can see here, I got unlucky
A
from
lot like
game week 8 to game week 23.
23.
So it was so
Yeah.
bad. I mean, to be fair, my World Cup was so poor that and my predicted points were actually all negative compared to like the top teams.
Mm.
You get me? So this is the
I still don't
very
understand why is it negative. How does the negative work? Do you know?
so the negative against the template. Like here is bullet wisdom, right? So the best, like, how to say, the analyzed template team for that week against the analyzed template team for that week.
Okay, okay.
So your differential against the analyzed template team for the week. So you can see that I'm always below zero, which means that my template team is expected not to perform as well as the template team.
Wait,
And
wait, no, what do you mean by your template team? That's
no,
not
no,
the right
sorry,
word to
my
use.
team is predicted not to perform negatively against
The
the
template team
template
lah.
team. Yeah,
So the template team is the zero the white line.
I would say so.
You
Yeah,
think?
yeah, I would say so. Yeah, right. So you can see that my team, because of the differential, we will see that later in the next slide, is always expected to perform lower than the template team.
Okay,
Okay,
okay. Why Do you know?
because
Okay, I guess
so a template team is average, so any differential is always lower than
that
the average.
okay, lower predicted lah because template
Yeah,
means is the best, so called the most
the
popular.
most average for that game week lah.
So yeah, next slide.
Okay. Wait, I'm not done with here. The previous
Okay,
slide. So
sorry.
you see, after my triple captaincy, that bumped me up a little bit, and then for the following couple of weeks, I think I got a bit lucky. And then I think the wild card there, you can see my there's a I think that wild card was usually
29.
successful.
Yeah, it was
And if you look from game week 30 to 32, right, after the wild card bench boost, that was when it was
AM. They
at
never
AM
put
as
that.
well. So that's why you see the gap between the predicted points and the actual points is so huge.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I would say my free hit in this case was okay.
Yeah.
Was okay.
You free hitter in 36. Okay,
36.
okay. Yeah, you
Yeah,
captain Haaland,
I
remember?
was hoping to
It was a bust lah in
double
a way,
game
I
week,
guess.
right? Yeah, could have been on
Yeah,
game
yeah.
week 34.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Move on
Yeah.
to the next slide.
Moving on to the next slide.
What is this?
What we see here is actually on the left is the transfer quality analysis. I've only got one, two, three, four, five, six transfers that were optimal. Right, and I okay, 100% optimal. That means that was the right move. Gabriel to Vandenberg, I saved a couple of points there, but DS to Salah, and then captaining Salah after that. And then Haaland to Isak, that was optimal. Wood to Strand Larsen during my game
Give
week
me
30
30.
move. I think that was when I hit the right form. And then Gabriel to Livramento in the last two games, but that's because he got injured. And then I sold Saka for Bowen, and I think that was
Oh.
excellent.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't get tempted to get Saka back after that. But the interesting one is this scatter plot on the right here. If you look at the scatter plot here, basically you see four quadrants. From left to right, it's how differential your team is. So on the left is almost how to say,
Template.
almost template. You'll never be at zero because there's no real template, right? So 50% is where the average template players are. Anything to the left means your moves are more safe.
Safe.
Anything to the right, your moves are more risky. Anything above the y-axis on the zero, those are the ones that paid off. And anything below that is the ones that didn't pay off. So you can see, I was 80% of the time differential, of which 40% or 30% was successful, and I was like 70% unsuccessful with my differential picks. So this scatter plot, even though it looks like a random set of image, it tells a lot about my play style this season. And we will see how Lukman varies from me in his likes. So what I need to do next season is, okay, I need to resist the urge from. I mean, at the end of the day, at the start of the season, we were saying that, um, coming in with Haaland going out injured really early, and then like a couple of template moves. Remember, there was some point where we say like, oh, maybe template is not the way to go this season. Do you recall?
Mm. Yeah.
I think I adjusted a bit too far.
Too late.
No,
Oh,
no,
I
I
think
adjusted a bit too
too.
far. I went a bit too differential. Like, I
Yeah,
did
yeah.
not want
Okay.
to be like it became my strategy for the season. And then with being differential, it's a bit of a gamble. And with gambling, you always want to recover the loose points by gambling even more.
So okay. So what's the lesson learned again? Summarize in one
No,
sentence.
I mean, there's no big lesson here, but it just shows the type of player I am this season,
Okay.
right? And if I want to be differential, I think it's either luck or skill. I think more skill to select the right differential players
Okay.
to get them above the middle line.
Okay.
Okay, moving on to yours.
This is my team. So mine is all above zero. So it means that
Yeah,
what
means
ah?
your team was performing slightly better than the template team.
Yeah. Okay. So basically the two I had a poor start relatively, as you can see on the graph, right? But after
Yeah,
game week 18, when Foden came into my team for Saka, thank God for Saka getting injured. That was the turning point.
I think first thing
For
first, your wild card was good. Even though
not
you
in six or what?
your first wild card game week 6, you did not gain too many points,
But you
but
stand
the team
maintain.
structure get you like you how to say like you were primed to go past the team. Basically, the team you selected was good lah. Set you in a good position to
To
get ready
maintain.
to
Okay.
springboard ahead.
I see. I
Yeah,
didn't drop much like yours. You compared to your team, right?
yeah,
That's
correct,
why.
correct, correct.
Yeah, yeah. Then after that, it just went upwards. After game week 18, second half of the season, just flew up the
It's just
rankings.
mad, man.
Luck or skill, we don't know. We never find
I
out.
think lots of luck.
So there's my optimum transfers. So selling Foden was an optimal. So I sold Foden for Salah. So this was before game week 18. So I own Foden two times.
Mm.
Then Strand Lesson to Yao Pedro in game week 12. Solanke to Isa in game week 12 also. That was good. And then Saka to Foden. That's the transfer I was telling you about in game week 18.
Yeah, bro, that's like a 24.6 point
Yeah, yeah.
differential,
Because
which is huge.
those who went for Odegaard, I think Bowen also, I think he was one of the considerations. They just, Odegaard didn't do shit. Or Bowen also, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a Foden was a big differential for me. And I went Cunha to Wood. So Wood also did well for me. Mikalenko also,
Howard Baylis to Mikulenko. I
That's
mean,
a win.
anything Howard Baylis for any other players would be an optimal transfer, bro. So nothing to look,
Yeah.
nothing to look into that, man. It's from
Actually, I
Howard
did the
Baylis.
same transfer as you, bro. Saka to Bowen in game week 35, I think.
Yeah, you did,
Similar.
you did.
Yeah, Pedro to Watkins in game week 25. Yeah, that's a good. So, okay, from the scatter part, right? So it means that I'm less differential, right? Because most of you is on
Correct,
the left.
correct. And the players that you have who were more template, you had the right ones in.
Yeah, no, I think okay, and also there's no nothing on the bottom, right? So all the riskier picks I did well. I didn't fail any of my riskier
Exactly,
picks.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
your
So is it
riskier
I don't know,
and
lucky
you
lah,
see the
lucky, lucky.
riskier picks, right? Like if you go
Yeah.
back to mine, just do a quick one.
Yeah.
Like I have like above 70%. I had like a couple of players above even 60%. But even
Yeah.
your differential pick, if you look back at yours,
It's not as much. It's
the
only
highest
yeah
differential was at
60
65
plus.
percent. But anything was still on and about the median.
Yeah. So I'm more sensible one in my riskier picks. Yeah, but I got lucky lah. I mean, to get 4K, you gotta have
No lah, I think
some
it's
luck
just
play.
it just tells us one thing, that patience, making the right moves and trusting the process of the right players in place pays off.
Yeah. I was very patient this season. I mean, you could say that because I'm okay. Actually, I didn't even do well at the start, lah. But yeah, I made three transfers five times this season with no hits. So I managed to build up a lot of my transfers. So which is yeah, patience was one of the key factors of my season. This is your team, right?
It's yours. I think mine was deleted.
You deleted yours.
No, I don't know. Maybe accidentally deleted. Am I
I
go
think
through
you
yours
did it.
first?
So this is my on the left side is the how many percent. So my captaincy, for example, is 76% rate of non-blanking. So that's quite decent. And then my clean sheet is 30%. My goal is 30. So my lowest is assist 21%. So I guess I can improve in choosing players that assist more. And yeah, so on the right side we have players that affected me the best, of course, is Foden, 64 net, and then there's Haaland, 56. We got Wood, Isak, even Flecken. I don't know why Flecken. I held him from game World Cup to World Cup last. Gave me 6 to 29. So he kind of did well for me somehow.
Okay, my slide is back. Anyway, if you look at the Lukman's one, right?
Yep,
So his captaincy pick were on point. So 76% of the time, it was non-blanking. So that
that's
means
decent.
3 out of 4 times it's a returning captaincy. Whether or not
Yeah,
it's a
correct.
huge return or small return, he's
7
still
plus
returning.
is
Yeah,
good enough.
non-blank.
Yeah,
Bonus points pretty decent. I think he's got the right players in terms of defense and attack with the clean sheet and goals. I think 33% on clean sheet is pretty decent for the season that we had. I don't think we had that many clean sheets.
yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah. Foden, huge impact. Wood, I think not only Wood at some parts of the game really killed me.
Yeah, Wood was great. 19 goals or something, right?
Yeah, Wood and
Yeah,
Cells in goal. That
it's
was just big. That
yeah.
was big.
Eze and Bruno was the one that affected me the worst, the most.
Yeah.
'Cause I didn't own either of them, and yeah, Palmer also. But yeah, where's your flag? Oh, okay, looking at your side.
My
So
flag is here.
captaincy for you, seventy
So I
percent.
think the
Okay lah,
only small thing is captaincy was 70%. But other than that,
similar
I
to
had
mine, right?
slightly better goal returns than Lukman, but that's because I own Salah a bit longer than him. And at the time when Salah returned, I think.
Okay,
But other than that, I think clean sheet was just poor. And it's also because I went for more fullbacks at the lower price, lower team budget. We see that later. Maybe that's why the clean sheet potential was much lower.
okay.
And
Salah,
the players that impacted my team the most, surprisingly, Kirkes, I got him in quite after at my
quite
second wild
late.
card, at my second wild card,
29. Yeah,
and it was ahead of the curve in that sense for Kirkes, and he impacted my team positively at the late surge. Where is it? These two players,
Palmer also.
Palmer also when he was
Gabriel.
returning.
Oh,
Gabriel
that's quite a lot.
for a while, yeah. So Vardiol, I think Gabriel Vardiol, these are the players that
Oh, you didn't own
I
any
I
premium
wanted to
defenders,
stay
ah?
away. Yeah, I didn't own any premium defender. We can see that later. So moving on to the next slide, you can see that this is my team structure, right? So you can see that the most points I had were from mid price defenders. My Ed Nuris, your Kerkes, your Robinsons.
On the left
I
side.
I did not own much premium defenders, but they still returned. And I didn't even go with a premium goalkeeper. So my goalkeeper were either budget or mid price. At most, I think it was in the second half sales and who was I rotating sales with? You recall? Um,
Areola.
no. It was let me check. Let me check. It was sales and why is it? Why is it not coming up? Sales and Henderson, Dean Henderson.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So they
yeah.
were like the mid price ones. I think I got a premium midfielders, right, and I think that's Salah. In attack, I was mostly mid price, which contributed. But all in all, if you look at my team structure here, my best performance, I played
4-4-2, ah.
4-4-2. No, but you see, right, the 4-4-2 I played 10 times.
Same times, ah. As 3-4-3 and 3-5-2.
Yeah, correct. But my best performance was a 4-3-3 with an average point of 74.2 per game.
Oh. Why you
But
play so many formations, ah? Do you know why?
yeah, I was I because I had
A lot decent defenders, right? I think then you
I
get to
think I
play
did
the
some
four.
defenders in the second half, but yeah, I played around a bit with this rotating between defenders and midfielders, etc.
Okay.
And all in all, I think the biggest contribution were my midfield was my midfield. So okay, we will compare these stats with Lokman stats. Yeah,
Yeah, this is my
that's
team,
here.
ah. This is my team now. So
So if
I
you
had a premium
see,
goalkeeper, right?
Yeah, he had a premium goalkeeper. Will you still go with a premium goalkeeper
No, no,
next season?
no, I don't think so. Cause I
But
got
that
Raya a
budget
lot.
goalkeeper was a huge hit.
Yeah, because Raya was my wild card, right? So I had to play him the last 11 game weeks.
Yeah, but you can see that
So
the impact there
Flecken did
is
well for me.
different.
Flecken did
Yeah.
well for me. So I'm gonna stick to a 4.5, probably. Wait, Go is asking goalkeeper set and forget. Yeah, that's how I
Yes.
usually do it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So Go appeal said I made zero transfers of goalkeeper. So Flecken, Raya, Henderson. Yeah.
That's right.
He
That's
went
right.
through my team. So I started with Henderson game week one, and then Flecken in walkout one, and then Raya in walkout two. Okay. Yeah. So what else to see for my team? 3-4-3. So I played 3-4-3 the most because my structure is very rigid. As you guys know that my bench, if you all know lah, my bench is always like a fodder. I don't really play my bench. I don't really want to have a benching decision like per se. So yeah, usually my bench is a 4.5 midfielder or something. But we had Rogers this season. But yeah. So
So
yeah, midfielder is
let's
my
just
most.
toggle lah. Let's just toggle between your score and my score. So now we look at goalkeepers, right? You had 144 points and 117 points, right? And I think from
Which one?
here we
This
can
table lah.
see we can learn that budget a solid budget defender gets the job done,
499508. Yeah, correct.
right?
Correct. Midfielder.
Points per
Okay,
week, yeah.
but
And then
the highest
if
goal.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You finish first.
so in
You
defense, I'm not
yeah
that far away from you. So I think I went mid price. You went with premium. I think we're not
correct
that far. And
correct.
then in midfield, I think ours were about the same, right?
So I got
You had
one one
more
nine
mid.
five.
You had
You got
more
more
mid
than me.
price. You had more mid price. Yeah, but
Yeah
generally midfield is the one where you get your dough basically. And up front, I think that's where you just killed it. You had the right selection of players, a
yeah
good
yeah.
mix of like premium and budget defenders. That's where I
Okay,
lost.
I want to ask you about defenders. Okay, Pickford got 158 top scoring goalkeeper, and the top scoring defender is voted as 153. So the goalkeeper top scoring is higher than a top goal scoring defender this season. So is there a case not to go with premium defenders because they are low scoring for next season? Like quick thoughts. What do you think?
I still wouldn't go premium defenders.
Like zero,
Like minimal
one,
like
one.
minimal. I mean,
So
like, okay, you had a
Frimpong,
couple of premium defenders, right?
I did
And yeah,
Gabriel and
I had a bit less, but
Vardy.
our score evens out in that sense, more or
You think
less.
evens are
More or less
okay?
evens out, like 499, 508, it more or less evens out. But it's where
Wait,
we
wait,
put our midfield.
hard to say, but you look at your team, right? Vardiol and Gabriel like minus 47, minus 59. That's quite.
But it's my attack that my Bremo and my
Yeah, lah, but I'm saying, see, Gabriel 59, Gabriel 60, similar damage, right? I mean, 5 difference, lah, but still damage. I don't know.
yeah,
Because Gabriel was highly owned.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
sometimes to protect the EO is
many
worth it.
facets.
But yeah, but next season, I don't know, man. The likes of Munoz, Gabriel, Frimpong, they will be 6 million, 5.5 million. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe for next season, because Vardia only scored 153 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe don't go. Maybe go max one premium defender next season, and then go from there. That's like one learning
Probably
point to
fair,
take.
probably fair. But I will put all my dough in. So so the thing
Midfield.
is that I think where I lost out was the Woods and the where's like your Wood
Embuemo.
Cunha. No, in attack selection of budget slash mid price
Yeah.
attacks that return.
I think you went with JSL, right? JSL, I mean, he did well for you, but Konya was more. Yeah, maybe you stick to penalty takers.
Yeah, like your budget
Who do you have?
forwards. You had 265 points. I only had 177.
Yeah. I got Watkins.
And
I
also
got the
because
at
I
the right
went,
time.
and also because I went with like a four. To be fair, right? Like you went with a 3-4-3. That's why your defense and my defense is the same. So the analysis has got to be there. I played some weeks with four
Four
defenders.
defenders.
So on
Yeah.
average, my point is
So
about
it's
the
not a
same.
perfect.
Yeah, it's not a perfect
Yeah,
comparison.
yeah, it's not a perfect comparison.
Yeah.
Any other learning point, bro?
Yeah.
Defenders, not
Uh,
worth it.
well, I think it's not non-conclusive. I think what's more important is finding the ideal manager type, and I think this season you played it sensible, like from the scatter plot. I think that's the best way to look at how you played this season. So if you
The
could do
scatter plot.
anything, just go to the FPL optimized website, key in your key ID, look at the scatter plot, get a feel of how you played this season, and then try to analyze backwards from there. Like why were you too differential? Why were you not? I think at the end of the day, like like playing with like not say playing now, but like working with stocks, dealing with investments or even game strategy games like this, it's a lot about controlling emotions that that dictate your decisions. And I think
That's
this one,
so true.
so
Yeah,
this one actually helps you to have a better sensing of what type of player you have been this season, how you want to improve on that, and reflect back again on the first curve to see what were some key points of the season that triggered this behavior, triggered this
it's a
like how
good
to
point.
say,
Hey,
triggered this sentiment, and then how you
ooh,
can
improve.
improve on that. Because if you improve your mental state as a FPL manager, I think that will improve your game as a whole, and that's a big learning point I have. Second season coming in as a casual.
Now I want to know. I want to get this scatter plot for the past few seasons. I don't think I can get there, right?
Yeah, I think it's a bit challenging.
Yeah.
You go to
Okay.
FPL Optimize, give them like 20K, and then they help you.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. Thanks, bro. That's pretty good. Yeah. Anything else before we move on to
Hey,
of the
hey,
menu?
don't mention that, bro.
I don't know. Okay. How about okay? Let's talk about chips. I know we okay. Let's assume next season had the same chips. What do you think? Like my bench boost was a bust, even though I wildcarded like 2 weeks game week before. Like
I think the bench boost has got to come straight after the wild card.
even then, bro, I 30 31 bench boost 33. I got 7 points on my bench.
I think it's just luck,
Despite
bro.
despite a monster season, I
Just luck.
failed on that. Just like I mean, there's nothing to learn. You just stick to the same way of playing. Of course, I'm thinking I will consider doing my bench boost in game week one.
No, but you have to
What do you
see.
think?
I think bench boosting in game week one is like
If the features are okay.
it's like you just want to test your whether your pistol works, and then you waste a bullet.
Yeah, that's a
I
fair
feel
point.
I feel I feel I feel that's the way, because why I don't like bench boosting in game week one is because you have close to zero information on form, close to zero
Yeah, yeah.
information on who's starting, close to zero information on like who's gonna return. I think it's quite a
Okay,
waste in my opinion.
if not for the Liverpool Everton postponement, right, that led to a double game week 25. If that didn't happen, right, we only have one double game week this season, which is 33.
Exactly, but if right,
If it's just wait for
if you had
post,
used
you
in
think?
one and a similar scenario happens, and then you be out of options of
Okay,
like you be without the ammo, right?
okay,
Otherwise, you can always find a nice game week where after the you can wild card and you can put in your bench boost, then you get like a double combo kind of thing.
okay,
And
okay.
for you, and usually, in my opinion, at your when you're like at the top, the
Hmm.
bench boost is more of like helping you maintain the rank, push you. It doesn't springboard you. But if you're a lot lower down and you're trying to push yourself ahead of the noise or the
Yeah.
crowd, that's like either casuals or inactives or what, right? Or the yeah, then that's where you really need it.
All right, all right. Thank you. Any last learning point before I move on? I think we covered quite a lot already.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it,
If you want to discuss this further, I'm always open because I really like looking at like this kind of interesting stats to see how it actually
Nice.
reads you lah. Yeah.
Yeah, but like any like okay, I want to talk about macro points about the
Okay.
whole game. Okay, let's talk about
So
5 free transfers. How did
yeah.
it affect you?
So at the end
change
of
of
the
rules.
day, what I personally learned,
Yeah,
and that's after hindsight, is that template is still the way to go.
template.
That means to say that if you feel like your team, and this is from personal, if you feel like your team is varying, is veering far away from template, try to make changes to move yourself or veer yourself towards that
Even if you're chasing.
as early as possible, right? Even if you're chasing, you veer towards that first, and then with some differential move. That means like the dot, the remember the line here, right? Like your differential should be just here, not like here,
Okay.
and take it one game at a time.
So what you did this season was you, for example, Mbemo lah. I guess you should have brought him back when you know it was a mistake. You should have just brought
Yeah,
him
I
back,
should
right?
have. I should have. I shouldn't
Similar
have
to
like.
last season when I remember Palmer.
Yeah,
Yeah, similar. I should have just brought him in immediately, knowing that it was a mistake. Yeah, something like that.
yeah.
Instead of chasing. So yeah, so even if you're chasing, try to swerve back to template. Okay, okay.
So back to the biggest ones that you're losing out on.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if it's a mistake, take the mistake, take the L, and go back first, and then
And then
worry about chasing later.
yeah,
Once your team is
even
ready.
last 5 game weeks you can still chase. That's
Yeah, there
towards
is.
the end. Okay. All right. Thank you, bro. Good chat. Okay. Let's move on to this pathetic of the menu. Sorry, we didn't play 36 and 37 because of what's the word? Unforeseen circumstances. So we only
Unfortunate.
played 1 game week. Anwar chose a random guy who got 3 points with a clean sheet point in Noni Madueke in Chelsea. I got probably the best pick. I got the first pick, but he only got 2 points. And the community went for Trossard and they won. So if you look at the table, right, community caught up with me. I was like flying, man. Thanks to the Jacob Murphy, I don't know, 40
Mad
points
man.
in 3 game weeks. 40 freaking points in 3 game weeks. He is a legend. And
Mad
now it's a
man.
draw. Since there's no competition for this overall, so I don't think there's a need for tiebreaker. But good job, community. I think you deserve it. There's some
I
plaudits.
think I think they beat you, bro.
Okay, lah, okay, lah. Okay.
No lah.
So not many people voted, so there's I think 7.
Hey,
So
wait. Before that, right? Do
yeah,
you have the stats for the total bonus points earned? I think that should be the
I have to
differential
tabulate.
between first and second. Yeah,
Oh,
we can tabulate. I mean, just for fun, lah. Let's see who has.
bro, Adish confirm win lah. Freaking 40 points Jacob Murphy, Mutu. That's 4 freaking bonus points in one freaking
You
round.
never
That's
know.
damn
It
it.
could be more.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Okay.
but I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
All right. So this is, let's hit the drum roll. For this, we get $20 voucher, Grab voucher of your choice. Hopefully, it's not Darren or Fariza because confirm people will complain. Rich Sana, another good friend. Woo!
Congratulations.
He also did well this season.
Congratulations.
All right, congrats, Rich. I will reach out to you. So let's wrap up with the mini league. So I finished third. So I ended up 11 points behind Ashton. Faris only 3 points behind Ashton, which is crazy close. Crazy close. Anyway, to wrap up
You got
the
nice
top
rank
10,
also.
who rank?
As in Paris.
Exactly 4K is it? Or 2K?
3K.
3K. Exactly 3K on the door.
Yeah.
Wow. So Wesley, our former winner, finished 10 in the end. Charles at 9, Pigerton Roland at 8, Zarin, good friend of the pod on 7, Aaron Chen also 6, and K Kenneth, monster season also. He got 87 points in his last game week, so he got manager of the
Mad,
month.
mad.
I don't know. Yeah, he got a monster end. Nigel at 4th place to wrap it up. So this is my team, my 2 free transfers. So Faris went for Eze2. Both of them bought Bowen. So they went to revert to the template in a way.
Yeah.
Because if neither of them bought Bowen, if they went Saka or someone more fancier, Saka, who didn't start, by the way. A lot of people captain Saka for differential. He didn't start, got 1 point. So they went sensible to block off my Bowen, both of them. And he also went Faris also bought Evan Nilsson. And then yeah, so he went start to Bowen. So yeah, the Bowen, yeah. Anyway, yeah, congrats to Ashton. He got 32nd in Singapore. His overall rank is 2690, which is a monster game. Yeah, monster season. Congratulations. So special announcement, I'll be potting with him tomorrow night. Uh I'll be posting questions you can ask him. I'll probably release the episode next week, maybe Monday morning or something. But yeah, it would. I don't think it'll be live because yeah, I don't need distractions.
And
It'll
if you're
probably only
listening
be
to
me.
this and you're Singapore number one, do reach out to us. Get on the pod.
Oh yeah, that is
Uh,
true. If you happen to
we
be
want
listening to this, and
we want to learn from you, bruh. We want to learn from you, sis.
yeah,
Whoever you are, bruh, sis, he, she, they, them.
okay.
No
All right, bro.
discrimination.
Any
We
last
want to learn,
words?
bro.
Any appreciation? What you want to go first before I go?
Thank you so much, everyone, for being with us this season through all the ups and downs, through the Spotify violations, Telegram violations, through this and that, YouTube lives and all this. It's been amazing. It was a little, I would say it was a little bit more challenging, but ABK went to pursue other things this season. So it was just Lukman and I. Scheduling was a bit better. I like it, the timing. But it's hard to be consistently there at certain time. But I feel that's something that we can strive towards next season, right? With the interaction with the team, we want with all of you, we want to keep it going. Um, I'm still a casual, always be a casual. Looking
Oh
forward to
yeah.
be a casual in the next season, and proving to you guys that one day a casual will
Win
get
FPL.
go and beat all these guys, man.
All right. I would like to thank everyone who's listened, even regularly or even one off. Thank you for accompanying me for my monster season, Anwar, bro. Thank you for your inputs every week because I ask you for my transfer. So I dedicate 2% of my my monster season to you. Thank you for podding
Oh, but
every
I
week, bro.
dedicate 80% of my season to your Umbremo advisor.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we'll be back next season. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Again, no fingers crossed, but we'll be back next season. We try to improve things. We just a normal, humble podcast. But yeah, thank you for all the support. And if you're listening to this, have a good break and see you in 2 months. 2 months, bro.
Yep.
Okay.
We try to do a preseason pot. We'll
Yeah,
see.
we'll
We'll
see.
see
We'll
how
see.
it goes. We'll
We'll
see
see.
how it
We'll see.
goes.
We'll see.
I think the effort we put in last season to do the FPL playbook just got shot in the ass because of all the changes that they decided to do. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think they too. I would say that there won't be too many changes next season. What do you think?
They might be lah. I mean, people can feedback about the AM. Maybe they just take it out altogether.
But the AM was so good.
No, but I think if you
Okay,
if you're in the community, right, the content creators, most of them have don't like it. So they will
because
take their suggestions
because they
more
bet
than
right at it,
huh?
because
They bet.
they didn't do too well with
No,
it.
no, even those who did well, I think more or less the tone is a bit too like panty, like too much variance, lesser skill
Okay, think about this. What if a manager
every week, right?
AM is every week? Possible,
I'm
right?
okay. If you ask
No,
me,
I
I
mean,
don't
I'm
mind
just saying
anything.
it's highly possible. I think it adds another dimension. It
Yeah,
adds the kind of like, I mean, like, you can
I
have
don't know. It's not
Salah
really
slot.
for you, right? FPL casual, bro. It's not really for casual though. To think about
No, so
managers,
basically, it's just choosing a team that
budget,
perform that week. Yeah,
then the budget for your manager also plays a part. It's a lot of moving
yeah.
parts.
There's a lot of moving parts, but I think
Yeah,
it's okay.
I think it's good. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I won't be surprised if AM is not here and they just go back to the. They might make changes still, bro. The if you know who's Mark Sardens, right? He's the godfather of FPL content creator, right? He can't do content anymore. You know why?
Why?
Because he's working for FPL now. He got hired to work at the FPL towers, so he stopped doing content. So yeah, you'll never know what changes he can do lah. But yeah, anyway, Thank you guys. We will just get out here. I've been Lukman. Sorry, I am Lukman. Lukman, the sensible one.
And I'm the casual one, always the casual. We'll always be casual.
Your
Here
FPL
we
Copy
signing out.
Talks. Signing out. Thank you guys.
You're listening to FPL Kopi Talks. Right here. Right now.